Welcome to the World Smith of Chicago, Illinois, nonprofit home video and artworks creations. In this particular video, we will be looking at Curiosity rover, new African pyramid that have an apex area, SOL 103 images, in which decodes the Isaiah 1919 Giza pyramids back here on Earth. However, when we look at the 5 African pyramids on Mars in a region called Cydonia, we must revisit the 1976 Viking frame 35A72 satellite imagery of Mars Cydonia land surface area, where we see a 41.2 degrees north stone face of Cydonia, in which appears in this aerial viewed land surface stealth pyramid lines. So this is where the Babylonian stealth pyramids back here on Earth in Iraq, Babylonian stealth pyramid civilization of Ham area, can be connected to the stealth pyramids in Saqqara, South America, Puma Punku, and all around the world. The stealth pyramid steps are like, picture 5 stone blocks in which the Giza pyramid back here on Earth is made of. If you stack 5 blocks on top of one another, that they form a step that you walk upon on the left and right side, that's a stealth pyramid, a black African stealth pyramid. And this is why when we connect 2 stealth pyramids at their bases, we get a north, south, east, and west global vector in geography. So when we look at the same Dome of the Rock outer wall 784 window frame in Jerusalem, and all of the rectangular window frames that surrounds the octagonal building structure that has the golden dome called the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem, we see the Babylonian 784 stealth pyramid. So the stealth pyramid image, when you draw 5 squares representing the squares of the 5 stealth blocks of the stealth pyramid, you draw 5 squares on the blank sheet of paper sideways, touching tip to tip. So now you have a 5 square human DNA grid. So that means that the African Adam that was created from the dirt is related to the 5 blocks of the stealth pyramids in the Dome of the Rock outer wall stone rectangular window frame rising out of the dirt. Okay, now when we go back to Mars, we see a 1952 UFO in the skies over an E7 Sphinx area. An actual Sphinx with a royal headdress couched down in front of pyramids that have apexes. This brings us back to the Isaiah 1919 scriptural reference, which says, "In that day there shall be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and the pillar to border thereof, well, for sign and witness." So my sign and witness, in which I discovered on Mars, deals with the Alien 33, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So the same UFO that appeared in 1952 with Alien 33 face image, it looked like a blackish gray extraterrestrial with big black oval shaped eyes, 3 fingers, and 1 thumb. This is alien species that landed upon Mount Sinai. And this is why the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob it's connected to the 3 fingers and 1 thumb Enki character, in which it appears on the ancient Babylonian stealth pyramid temple walls in Iraq in the Middle East. So when we go and look at Iraq Babylonian stealth pyramid civilization temple walls, we see a 6-point star that has a central sun circle. This is in the Middle East. Okay, now when we go to Ethiopia, we see a cross-shaped building structure that was carved out of solid bedrock in Lalibela. When we look straight down upon it, we see the same cross image of Nibiru. It's a stone cross-shaped building structure in Ethiopia, Lalibela area, representing the Dome of the Rock outer wall stone rectangular window frame 784 Babylonian stealth pyramid, planet of the crossing. Now it just so happens that the reason why the central Ethiopian cross appears in Babylonian temple walls is because it's connected to Enki, the ancient Babylonian stealth pyramid civilizations. This is referred to, it refers to the 4th son of Jacob couched down in front of the African pyramids in Egypt as a line of the tribe of Judah, who ruled over ancient Giza, Gaza, Gath, Ekron, Escalon, Palestine, Ethiopia, and Jerusalem. So the black African Sphinx on Mars is the E7 Sphinx, in which appears in Mars Curiosity rover SOL 103 image. And just, we looking at a hill now, and we see the African pyramids on Mars that have apexes. We see a Sphinx, we see several Sphinxes that represent the black African Sphinx in front of the Egyptian pyramids in Egypt. If we look at the dictionary, Cairo definition, it means city of Mars. So when we rediscover that Africa owns Mars, literally, okay, that means any space agency that's on Mars today, that any of the Europeans space agencies, they must get off that planet. Okay, why? Because archaeologically speaking, Laurel Smith of Chicago, Illinois, non-profit home video and artworks creation, has reclaimed Mars for Alien 33. Now you're going to see this 1952 online film footage of Alien 33 that appeared in Jerusalem in 1952 and caused the Middle East Yom Kippur War, when the Greek and Roman Eurocentric temple mavus that's illegally occupying the modern state of Israel saw this black-skinned alien that appeared in the 1952 online film footage of a great alien film instead of a UFO. They got racist, and they invaded Egypt. That's what the Yom Kippur War was in 1952. So when I talk about the 1952 UFO, it's tantamount to a modern exodus of Egypt, because we're talking about Egyptian pyramids on Mars, and now we see a black alien, Ra 3 on Mars, and back of the pyramid. It's a winged sunness with an extraterrestrial face in the center, and the six-finger rostral alien of Revelation 9:11. Here it appears under the winged sunness as a rover image 6. So in the Babylonian temple walls, we see a naked-looking white man as the fallen rostral alien in 1947 South America. His UFO crashed in the desert. So he's under the winged sunness on Mars in back of the Sphinx. So this decodes modern Judaism, and it strips all the Jewish and Israeli titles away from the Eurocentric temple mavus and replaced them with Ezra 1st chapter 3rd verse, correct scriptural reference before the illegal name change in 1611 by the King of England, when he appointed 72 Greek and Hebrew scholars to fly to Jerusalem and GIZA and GAZA and study the Lion Sphinx Islamic Aramaic DSC scrolls of the 12 sons of Jacob. They left Iraq's Babylonian stealth pyramid civilization of Ham and entered into South Sakar. So when we look at this illegal name change of Israel and Jacob into Israel, it wiped out the African Sphinx on Mars, E7 Sphinx data to the Babylonian stealth pyramid, in which exists in the Dome of the Rock outer wall stone rectangular window frame as a 784 ancient black African stealth pyramid.